If Jen is choosing Cole tonight for any of these dares or like any of that, I'm not gonna do that again. Like, I'm not gonna stand here while you choose him.
The conversation is so awkward right now with Rocky. Maybe if it was meant to be, the conversation would be flowing and I wouldn't have to pull out my list.
I didn't have fun. It was the day of Colt's surgery, and I felt like he's just pressing me, like, I love you, I will be with you, blah, blah, blah.
So Chantel has finally made a connection, Rob and Jen are seeing where they can go, and Cortney has to make a choice. But with everyone's time on Hunt for Love soon coming to an end, it's fast approaching crunch time. Can any of these guys take their relationships to the next level? Well, let's kick off with Jennifer and Rob. So, the last time we saw them, Jen had decided that she's going to concentrate all of her efforts on Rob. And when we join them in this episode, they arrive at sexy bingo together. But, of course, Cole isn't happy.
Get invested too much too quick. The most horrible thing going on for me right now is the fact that Jen and Rob are together. And I just got pushed to the side like a leaf.
If you got pushed aside like a leaf, as you quite eloquently put it, sorry Cole, but it's of your own doing. You feel like that because that is exactly what's happened. Jen seems to have moved on, at least for now. But as the group plays sexy bingo, where if you get the number you have to do a dare, as fate would have it, guess who gets the first dare? Yeah, Jen.
Lick the earlobes of someone you like. That's stuff.
Now, surely the obvious choice here should be Rob. Like, if she's as all in with Rob as she was claiming, then there isn't much of a decision to make, is there? Well, this is Jen after all, and we all know how unpredictable she can be. So, with Cole right there watching her, Rob is on edge. You see, he's not sure who she's gonna choose, but he does know if she does choose Cole, then that's as good as the final nail in the coffin for their relationship.
If Jen is choosing Cole tonight for any of these dares or like any of that, I'm not gonna do that again. Like, I'm not gonna stand here while you choose him.
Either way, whoever it is that Jen chooses between Cole and Rob, one of them is gonna feel rejected. But it is gonna tell us a lot about where Jen's head is at. Don't forget, she's just agreed for the first time to go on a date with Rob. If she now turns around and licks Cole's earlobes, well, that is a slap in the face to Rob, isn't it? So what does she do? Well, realising that she's in a tricky spot here, Jen goes for the completely unexpected. Rather than reveal her hand when it comes to either of the boys, she chooses to lick Tessa's ear instead.
Even if I'm moving on from Cole and now I'm like focusing more on Rob, I'm picking up Tessa tonight because I wouldn't like to hurt anybody's heart.
Now, this move does seem to appease everyone, but I can't help but feel that that's also a very big clue about how into Rob she is and how over Cole she is. She might want to play it off like she doesn't want to hurt either of them, but I think it also means she either doesn't yet have a favourite out of them, or more accurately, more likely, she's not done playing with both of them. Still, when we join them the next day before Jen and Rob are about to go on their dates, Rob is happy and excited to be dating her finally and getting to ride jet skis. But again, there is one thing or one person that he's still worried about.
I feel like Cole is such a stalker. I wouldn't be surprised if he was out here on some dingy boat in the middle of the ocean and he's dressed up like a fisherman in one of his Jack Sparrow shirts.
Can you actually imagine that? That would be TV gold. But I wouldn't put it past Cole. Now, when they do finally get out into the middle of the ocean, unfortunately, there is no Cole in sight. Now, Chantel and Rocky are there, right? They're on their own date, and we'll get to that in a minute. But they're busy doing their own thing. They're not intruding. So Jen and Rob have some private time. And it's actually pretty sweet.
It definitely feels like a romantic movie. I mean, it's beautiful.
As far as first dates go, this is a pretty awesome one. It's a stunning view. That blue ocean is beautiful. But as they sit down to relax and talk and reminisce on what they just saw, what should have been a beautiful romantic scene suddenly gets flipped into some kind of warning.
There's a danger to it. Beauty like this, I see it in your eyes. That same danger.
Just excuse me for a second while I go and throw up a little bit. I mean, that is such a cheesy line, but somehow Jen seems to eat it up. Now, Rob does go on to say that he's grateful that she went on a date with him. It makes a nice change for us to be alone, not to be around other people, not to see you getting close to someone else, he says.
What do you mean by that?
It's the first time I felt like I want someone to be mine in a while.
Okay.
I'm not open to sharing. No,
That's
I'm not.
sexy.
Can I just point out the glaringly obvious here? Like, it hasn't actually been that long since he's had someone who was his. Heck, on paper if nothing else, he does still have a wife. He's legally married still. But, moving on from that, Jen says that it's actually quite sexy that Rob is territorial. But the thing is, I think the difference between the two men, like Cole and Rob, and in particular what Rob says next, is that Rob, unlike Cole, actually knows where the boundaries are.
I fight for what's mine. And I respect the fact that you're not mine yet.
Okay.
But when you are,
Again, Rob, unlike Cole, has a better oversight of where they actually are. And he appreciates that they have only known each other for a very short time. Like, it's way too short of a time to be overly attached. So he, unlike Cole, isn't being so demanding. And I think that is winning Jen over. When the day does come that you finally make up your mind, Rob says, then I'm not gonna let anyone get close to you again. And for the first time hearing that, Jen seems to be thinking that maybe, just maybe, they might actually have a future.
I'm happy with you. I'm smiling all the time with you. Like, I think that we have the power to build something meaningful.
Up until now, Jen only ever considered Rob for a good time, but not something serious. I'd f*** Rob but marry Cole is the way that she put it. But that now seems to be changing. She now seems to think that she and Rob could have real potential, and with that, they seal the deal with a very respectful kiss. Now, Rob is excited, but also nervous. He knows Jennifer's history. Like, he knows, for example, he's had her ex, Tim, in his ear, saying how bad she treated him when they were dating. And while those warnings do have him nervous, the thing is, you can't help who you fall for.
I saw how she chewed up and spit out Cole, and cold-blooded walked away from that cat, went straight to me. So I'm definitely afraid of getting hurt, but right now, I feel like I found the one.
As seriously as I doubt that actually being the case, we leave the pair of them feeling happy and connected. Now, someone else who's also desperate to make a connection is Chantel. Now, going back in time slightly, back to the sexy bingo, we join Rocky and Chantel as they're using this game, unlike Jennifer, to cement their connection even further.
Seductively massage someone you like for 30 seconds.
Wait, how do you know it's you, Chantal?
Yeah, Chantel wasn't going to give him the option of choosing anyone else. She gets straight in there and they quickly get very close. And while she might have been super eager to stake her claim on Rocky in front of everyone like that, the truth is, Rocky isn't complaining. He likes it.
Who would not want to give Chantel a massage? Maybe a little bit more. You know, the whole bingo kind of is just turning into a big smorgasbord of foreplay.
So this should be a very good sign for their date the next day, right? Right? Well, not so fast. You see, we join them the next day when they, like Rob and Jen, are also out on the jet skis. And at least to begin with, everything seems to be going quite well.
Oh, that's red.
Man, you have the need for speed.
They are having fun together, for now. But when they sit down to have a meal after the jet skis are finished, it's at that point where things suddenly come to a grinding halt. You see, something is playing on Chantel's mind. She asks Rocky, who do you have more chemistry with, me or Tiffany? And while that isn't exactly a great first date conversation, Rocky's response, whilst truthful and he's got to be commended for that, also doesn't exactly fill her with confidence. He says to her that he doesn't quite know yet. And very soon after that, suddenly, almost inexplicably, their conversation becomes very, very cold. Like, it's literally crickets.
Let's see, I think I want to pull up my list.
Now, while the conversation definitely isn't flowing smoothly, it seems as if Chantel came prepared for this. Perhaps she was expecting it, because she pulls out a whole list of conversation starters.
If you could visit any place in the world, where would it be and why?
Oh, man.
But the problem is, these questions don't help to reignite the conversation. If anything, it seems to now feel a lot more like an interview than a date, and that feeling has kind of put Rocky off.
The conversation with Chantel is not the easiest. For her, I saw that she needed to rely on a bit of a safety blanket, which kind of threw me off.
Now, in Chantel's defense, her reason for having the list in the first place is because she gets so nervous on dates that she doesn't know what to ask. At least that's how she justifies it to herself, right? But even with this list, it just isn't working. Like, the truth is, without the distraction of an activity, a sexy activity where they can get down and dirty and they don't actually need to talk, when it comes to just them alone together, well, neither has anything to say to the other.
The conversation is so awkward right now with Rocky. Maybe if it was meant to be, the conversation would be flowing and I wouldn't have to pull out my list.
I think it's abundantly clear that physically these two might like each other, but beyond that, there's not much there. So this stark realisation that the fact that this date went so badly just makes Chantel think about her friend that she kissed from back home. I mean, at the very least, if nothing else, because they're friends, they can actually talk to each other. Like, that's more than she and Rocky can manage. And with that, I think it's safe to say this date is a complete bust. Chantel, with less than a week left at the resort, has lost the one connection that she had here. But on that topic of connections, let's catch up with the craziest love triangle of the lot, Cortney, Usman and Colt. So how is Colt after his surgery?
The doctor came, the surgeon, orthopedic. He said that my stitches can come out in 2 weeks. They're gonna give me crutches later too, I think, and maybe a wheelchair.
Yeah, the truth is, just because Colt's away from the resort, that definitely doesn't mean that he's out of sight, out of mind. If anything, he's more on Courtney's mind than ever before. This has just brought them closer. Like, even now that he's on the road to recovery, Courtney is constantly checking in with him. She literally goes to see him every day.
I miss you.
Oh, I miss you too. For real, I wish you were here now.
Honestly, I'm having more fun in the hospital with you than I am at the resort. We've been laughing till like 2 in the morning.
That says a lot, doesn't it? Colt and Courtney are getting very, very close. It's ironic, isn't it? If the resort and all of the games, all of the coaching was meant to help people form connections, well, these two seem to have blossomed away from that. Like, the truth is, being away from that competitive environment, not having Usman constantly breathing down his neck, seems to have brought Colt out of his shell a little more. And what's more, he's super thankful and appreciative. He's so grateful that Courtney is there for him.
Without Courtney, I don't know where I'd be right now. I think about her all day. She occupies pretty much all my thoughts right now. I'm really hoping that she feels the same as I do.
Now, given that that's the case, given what he's literally just said, right, given that Courtney is going out of her way to be there and support him, it just makes the off-screen rumours even more disappointing.
Oh. Oh. Oh, no.
Now, I have to stress these are just rumours, but if they're to be believed, Courtney and Colt, apparently after this show ended, did try to see if there was something between them off-screen, only for Colt to allegedly cheat on her. I don't know, like, is that real? Now, whether true or not, and I guess we'll find out in the fullness of time. Given how close they appear to be right now, where does that leave the man who claims to love Courtney, Usman? Well, when we join Courtney later on that day as she's visiting Tiffany and Joe, Courtney shares with them that her ziplining date with Usman was a total disaster.
I didn't have fun. It was the day of Colt's surgery, and I felt like he's just pressing me, like, I love you, I will be with you, blah, blah, blah.
Cortney definitely isn't buying Usman's love bombing anymore, is she? It might have been working on her at the beginning, but she can now see right through him. Now, the thing is, while things might be becoming clearer and clearer for her, that doesn't mean that Cortney wants to hurt Usman. Like, she admits, she knows that Usman seeing her go off to visit Colt every day can't be easy for him. She's empathetic to that, right? And she also knows if Usman were to know just how close she and Colt were getting, that wouldn't go down well with Usman either.
I'm bonding with Colt
a little bit
even more because
yeah.
I'm spending every night at the hospital.
You're his hospital
Yeah, you're his
wife?
hospitalized.
Now, keep in mind, it's only actually been a couple of days since Colt got injured, right? But his accident and his recovery have clearly had a massive impact on Cortney. It's left her feeling very confused. Like, don't forget, she was basically ready to pick Usman over Colt just the night before he got injured. But now, suddenly, despite Colt not even being there anymore, everything has totally changed.
I think it'd be better if I just pick one and explore more with one guy. But I still care about Usman. I have feelings for him.
I think Cortney is just tired of this tug-of-war contest that's going on between Usman and Colt. She just wants it to be over so that she can move on and actually pick one of them, build a relationship with one of them. And in a sneak peek of what's to come next week, it finally looks as if she may have made her choice.
So are you cheating on me now? Because you know I like you a lot.
I mean, I like you a lot too. It's like I'm in a position. It sucks.
Yeah, something tells me that Usman and his ego aren't exactly going to take being dumped for Colt very well. It's a shame, really. I mean, if Colt really did cheat on Cortney, this poor girl is emotionally tormenting herself. She's making all this drama about picking two total douchebags, both as bad as each other. I mean, honestly, having to choose between Usman or Colt is like debating if you want your sandwich with mouldy bread or expired mayo. You don't want either. Just move on and order pizza instead.